Hello everyone, it's me, Jessica. We are not doing face cam today as it is like 8:30 on Saturday morning. I'm trying to get this put together because I actually had a boo-boo while I was like editing it. I accidentally deleted the copy I was originally editing, but that's okay. So effectively, at this point, we're just kind of like going in. This is the original Gen 1 Legacy house. I absolutely love how it was coming together. We never put anything in that animal shed back there, but that will be changing as our Gen 2 heir actually got the country caretaker. I'm sorry, I knew that sounded weird. I cut a word out. But yeah, I was kind of going through and just kind of deciding on like if I was going to keep some stuff. I kept a lot of the decorations, like just because I really didn't want to have to buy a lot of that. I didn't touch the basement, to be honest. I honestly just like left the basement alone. But the main structure of the layout kind of stays the same. Like I leave a lot of the yard alone. So like the animal shed and that kind of corner doesn't really change much. I just revamp it to fit Generation 2. So yeah, I'm really excited to get going. I'm going to talk a little bit about like who our Gen 2 sim is, just to kind of put into perspective like what I'm building for who. So their name is Mantis, and Mantis is, when he was a teenager and really even a child, I always kind of for some reason put this split personality meme that's been going around where like your personality is either like poppy with colors or you're like dark aesthetic, like maybe all black, maybe goth, maybe dark academia. I don't know if I'm ever gonna say that right. Maybe I did say it right, but I kind of like, I put almost like that on Mantis when he was growing up, and he like very much the dark aesthetic has kind of taken over, and so you're going to see that with the house. So we're starting on the show right now, and I am meant to put some reference images somewhere, so I will probably have already put them up on camera with like big text that said reference image, because I do need to do that, but I'm not starting this voiceover over, all right? My daughter is in the other room playing, and that could be sketchy waters, you know, hopefully she's being a good kid, but I'm going to focus on this for a minute. So, but a little bit more about Mantis. So as he has grown up, I feel like he's really come into this like dark aesthetic, because he got, like I said, he got the country caretaker aspiration, but he also got writing as an aspiration. I don't know why it gave us 2. I'm not sure if it was like trying to generate a teenage one, but I'm just going to kind of focus on both those things for like his whole personality. So he is just a farm guy that likes to write in the evening times when he's like done with his farm work, and hopefully that's actually the routine that we can start on this. Also, I know we're on like a few minutes in already, but I just wanted to mention that we like for sure this is a long video. I will not be doing a whole tour at the end of this video. I have actually already recorded a gameplay episode for this family, and we will be doing like more of a tour in that, like to start it off. That's almost all we do in that episode. I kind of like realized I spent way too much time on that. So yeah, I'm gonna put some just like screenshots at the end here so that I can kind of showcase it for you guys. But all in all, I think that it has turned into like kind of this like dark, almost like, it's not like a witch's house, but it has that dark academia vibe. Just like an old manor, but like not fancy. You know what? I'm not sure. As it comes together here, you're gonna see what I mean. But I did make like a bit of a moat in the front of the yard here. I can't remember if I actually connected them or not, but it was kind of fun to bring it together. So here's like, I actually stick with this paneling on the side as like what we're gonna go with. So I'm happy that I've done that already, because I do want you guys to like be able to see the vision a little bit. But yeah, so we're adding a bit more water in over here. Yeah, that's where I thought I connected them. So we have a little bit bigger of a front pond area, and Mantis, so like Gen 1 was named Maeve, and Maeve is also, it's obviously a color. So I don't really know. When I was thinking about names, I thought about like keeping in the M, which I don't know, like, are we always going to do that? I'm not really sure. Maybe, but for right now, I did Mantis as our Gen 2. And so Mantis, to me, like, praying mantis are so interesting. I really think that they're actually so interesting. The females are incredible. You know what I mean? Like, bow down. Anyways, also just they're very like stealthy, they're very low key, and I feel like that does fit the writer lifestyle and just the farm lifestyle. So I put a lot of plants in here, but I also like I said, I really leaned into that dark aesthetic. So that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of like where I landed, and I hope you guys like it. We end up with 2 main bedrooms on the bottom floor that are kind of split between Gen 1 and Gen 2, or the grandparents and the current heir, if you will. And then on the second floor, we have 2 bedrooms, and I mean, I guess what could be a 3rd bedroom, so it could be a 5-bedroom house. I just kind of have it set as, I actually don't put anything in that 3rd bedroom by the end of it, because I feel like I don't know what to put in there. You guys will see by the end why I feel like we just have all the spaces everywhere else, and so I'm a little like, but I mean, do we even need this? I don't know. So for right now, it could turn into another kid's bedroom as we get into our like next generation more, because Gen 3 will hopefully be here sooner than later. I'm really excited to get going with some of that stuff. So we've got to do some more building on the story. Continue building. But yeah, so I had to figure out how I was going to link the basement to the new house, like upstairs. Since the downstairs, like, to the basement is in a different area. It's in the living room. I actually really, really like how the main floor, it, like, has a really good flow, in my opinion. I will put, like, floor plan screenshots at the end as well. So yeah, I don't know. As far as Mantis goes, we are trying to seek some sort of partnership with Luth Lopez, and I know Luth Lopez in the game is like non-binary, maybe asexual, don't quote me on that, but they are not exactly interested in like all things in like a normal relationship. So things like could look a little different for Gen 2 as far as the partnership goes, but I'm actually really excited about it, because like a little lore on Mantis growing up is that oh, my daughter's coming in here, hold on. Panic. Okay, I'm back. I had to take like a mom break, but I was saying, to add to the lore, while I was kind of letting you guys know a little bit about Mantis, is that as he was growing up and like into a teenager, I kept like personally having these feelings that I saw him as gay, and then I wasn't getting like any good reactions from anyone we went on dates with. We went on a lot of dates, honestly. We've been on quite a few. I can't even think of how many different people we've tried to talk to. There was one guy that I did think was really sweet, and I don't really know why. I just felt like maybe sparks weren't flying. So I feel like we like kind of just switched gears, and we tried like talking to more and more people. Sorry, my cats are on the patio right now, so I'm gonna have to like lean back and also mom them. But yeah, I kind of felt like I just opened the door to going on dates with like basically anyone, because I wanted to see what our compatibility level was, like just what the vibes were. You know, there's a lot more implemented into the game, and I do have Lovestruck installed. Lovestruck definitely changed the dynamic a whole lot. But just all in all, I was trying to get a feel for like who was going to mesh well with Mantis. And in the end, we were just friends with this person, Luth, and Luth is just incredibly like, I don't know, they just really mesh well with Mantis, like I was kind of looking for. And overall, I feel like it's been like a very seamless, it's not super romantic because like they haven't had a woohoo, they've only had a kiss, we don't do like a whole lot of cuddling or anything like that, so it's not like a super steamy relationship. I think they actually got the wholesome relationship interaction. Doing a Kathleen real quick. Kathleen. Okay, we're doing all right. Millie, my sweet Millie, just gets a little too curious sometimes when I have her in the patio space that I have, because I am on the ground floor, which kind of allows for my cats to like exercise their free will, you know, and I'm like, but don't do that. But yeah, so I feel like Mantis and Luth have just like blossomed their relationship really naturally, and whether it is like just more of like a partnership, or if they are kind of romantic and just not steamy, I don't really know what's gonna come of that. So we're gonna continue to kind of like go down the road of getting to know Luth and trying to see if they could possibly be the one for us, because I do really like the energy between Luth and Mantis. So I'll say that, and that's all I'll say, because like I said, I've recorded another part, and things do definitely take a turn in that part, but I'm not really gonna say if that's a negative or a positive turn. I'm excited to record another episode, I'll say that. Okay, Millie is kind of at the corner of the patio, so I think I'm gonna snatch her up real quick. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I got a makeshift fence put up so my cats are not gonna try to escape. I also am just going to lightly touch on the fact that I'm having so many technical difficulties recording all of this. I don't even understand. It's okay. I thought I just finished the voiceover, and then I tried to stop the recording, and it either glitched out or I wasn't recording the entire time. I don't really know. But such is life, such is the vibe for me, and trying to do anything with technology sometimes. But I built this PC. Anyways, so we're still working on the outside of the house. We're gonna just kind of yap as that comes together. I will say, I do have the EA app up in front of me, and I have the fairy pack just kind of sitting, enchanted by nature. She's just sitting there in the cart, and I'm just kind of, hey, little mama, you know, like I think I might buy you. I think I might. But I don't know. I'm still. They did add the toggle finally so that you can turn off ailments altogether, and they also supposedly have tuned ailments quite a bit. So with that, it does make it a little more alluring to go ahead and move forward with buying it. I was pretty upsetty spaghetti to hear that the ailments were like taking over people's games, and I did not want that in my game. I did not want that. So especially because like I play Not So Berry more than anything at this point right now, and I did not want to try and go in and play Not So Berry and like be focused on like, you know, using our plum bite necklace or crystal or anything. We're like trying to get focused on getting some skills up, and then we get a freaking ailment. So I was not for that. But they've added the toggle, and I'm a little more curious now. I think that I'm actually interested. So we have the garden space coming together. I will say, like, I move No, I think that this is in its final resting place now. I did move it a couple of different times already, but it is, I believe, in its final resting place. And so we're going to end up basically letting Mantis come into this writer, country caretaker aspiration that he has. And we're going to let him really just vibe out on being kind of like an elusive loner type. He doesn't have the loner trait, but that's kind of the vibe that I get from someone who is just like a farm country caretaker person, but also wants to write. So like I think he'll spend a lot of his evenings writing. We also added some like bees and like grub worms or whatever we want to put in the bug box. We have like a little bit of this and that. Like I put this fire pit over here. We end up adding a hot spring over here. I felt like a hot spring and a fire pit were a lot more like Mantis's vibe than putting like a pool or a hot tub or both. Like a pool and a hot tub just is not Mantis's vibe to me. It's not Mantis core. So, sorry, keeping an eye on my cats. I got one cat on my lap and the other two of my girls are outside. But, so yeah, we add like all these things to make the outside of the house a little more chill, and I think that it came together pretty nicely. In the end, we do end up building an extra little space to be like Mantis's library, because I've kind of been talking about playing with businesses and hobbies a little bit with Mantis's generation, but I just had not gotten to like adding it in because we were still kind of playing with the vet clinic with Maeve. I don't think we will ever demolish the vet clinic, but I think it's highly likely that we're gonna sell the vet clinic to try and get the money back out of it as far as like the furnishing and the investment goes, because it's just not a part of Generation 2's story, and I don't think that like we have the time to try and focus on it really anymore. So I think that it's probably going to be time to really say goodbye once and for all to the vet clinic. But yeah, just doing some nighttime ambiance lighting around the place right now, trying to make sure that we kind of have the vibe set. We can see a little bit here and there. I love the dark aesthetic. I could see us playing in some sort of like all black house down the road. Just kind of depending on like the story that we're trying to tell for that generation. It may come up eventually. But yeah, I think that we're about to start focusing on the interior of the house, because I definitely tried to focus on the exterior quite a bit in the beginning. I tried to really like lay it out and make sure that I had like a good understanding of what the exterior of the house was going to be. This shipping container though, I apologize. I do end up working on this bad boy like 3 or 4 different times throughout the video because I just don't think I knew exactly what I was going to end up doing with it. I had like the thoughts of just like deleting it entirely, taking it off our lot, maybe just not having it there. But I do still kind of like having this random little shipping container unit back there. So for right now, we're going to leave it. I do eventually make all the windows and stuff black. You just kind of have to like wait for my ADHD to come back around to that. We're working on the chimney right now. But we keep like the horse training stuff. I don't think we'll ever get more than 1 horse. I think that for right now, we're going to focus on our 1 horse that we have. And we're going to probably get like a goat and a sheep. And then we got the chicken coop, so of course we should get some chickens, maybe like 3 to 5 of them. And then I think that that'll probably be it. Like with the animal shed, we'll probably get a cow. But Luth and Mantis, whether they have a just kind of like domestic partnership, raising the family, whatever it looks like, I do think that Luth is going to get like tugged into helping us quite a bit. Like I think I'm going to try and like have Luth live on the lot with us. And again, if Luke is more comfortable, like not sleeping in the same bed as Mantis, and their relationship is just not steamy like that, then that is perfectly fine. I will make Luke like a really nice little space. I don't know where. I don't want it to be in the basement. So, maybe like in the shipping container. Like maybe we need to add another unit to the shipping container, and it's Luth's bedroom. So we'll see, because I do want to eventually move Luth in. I just don't know when that's going to be. But I think that like the extra help is always appreciated in the partnership. So I really try and keep my partnerships on the same lot, even if they go sour, unless it's really just that negative to where like you can't have them live together, which that does happen. Do be happening. Okay, my cats are being good cats, so just enjoying the weather, as they should be. But yeah, so life has been kind of a beautiful little journey over summertime, though, as my daughter turned 6 and she's really starting to come into a lot of her personality. She's decided that she likes Minecraft. My sister has a Switch, and my sister has let her play Minecraft on the Switch a couple of times. Sorry, my daughter did walk up on me. But it kind of looks like a Switch is in the cards for Christmas, possibly, which I don't hate the idea of. It is a technological age. I'm not really the parent that's trying to fight screen time entirely. It's just mitigation, and especially as she gets older and we're going into like more and more homework each year, or whatever that may look like. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep her stimulated, but you know, every parent has their own ways and methods. But yeah, so that corner, I think that's the final look for that corner, because it was very hard for me to try and find like do I put the refrigerator over in that corner? Do I put cabinets in that corner? The stair corner was just driving me crazy. But I ended up putting that like curio cabinet there, and I really think that that's like what I ended on. But we have like the little dining room space up here by the front door. I honestly like, the house is kind of small inside. So I would have had to have made this main living space like a little bit bigger if I really wanted to like do something else for the dining room. So I kind of just left it like a small little dining room space. We end up having like a bit of an eating space outside as well, because I do kind of like to have like sitting areas here and there. Your Sims are social Sims, like they do that anyways, where like they're constantly wandering around and like following each other, wanting to just like talk to each other nonsensically. And so yeah, I put little chairs and tables everywhere. But yeah, I did this thing where I mixed and matched cabinets, and you can tell a little bit that they're like a different tone. But basically the skinny ones that I use are actually from the Jungle Adventure Pack, and I'm mixing it with the like Horse Ranch cabinets. So I think that it turns out looking pretty decently, but I do that every now and then just because I don't like something that comes with the set. And I was not really feeling the skinny cabinets because they just repeat, you know, the things, and not the vibe. So bookshelves everywhere in this house. We've got bookshelves here, we've got bookshelves there. We end up having bookshelves in the living room as well. So just bookshelves all over the place. We do need to make sure we actually upgrade the alarm system, because like I put it in, but I think because it's a new alarm system, it's definitely not upgraded. But now we're working on the living room, which is honestly one of my favorite spaces. I absolutely love how it came together. I really hope you guys like it. I did little mismatched chairs in the dining room, and then we did mismatched couches as well. Sorry, I cannot use words this morning, and so I'm just kind of accentuating the fact that my brain is like, mush, mush, words, she's trying to use us, and we don't want to do that. But we're doing it, so. Yeah, I like the vibe. I think it is just so, it's very dark academia. I probably said that at the beginning of the video, but that's kind of the vibe that I get from Mantis, is that he's a very, like, dark academia with his, like, writing aspiration. He's just a little dark, mysterious boy that is now a man. He's a grown man. He's the man of the house. But slowly but surely I start to realize that I didn't really put like windows all over the house. Like I just put them on the front, and I was like, okay, so I should probably go ahead and make sure that I like add windows to the house and not just to, like, I obviously I put that bay window in the kitchen, but like that was like the only window in the back of the house. But yeah, everything in this house ends up being like very dark aesthetic, not exactly like fancy in any way. It's just kind of like got this like almost like a mystical element to it, but I was really just trying to play on Mantis being Mantis, and Mantis are kind of like secretive. They're very like stealth anyways, but they are a leaf bug. They look like a twig or whatever, you know, they just, I think a leaf bug is technically different than a mantis, actually, so don't come for me in the comments. I do know that. But mantises, you know, they just look like twigs. So same. They can camouflage to look like their environment, if I'm not mistaken. But Maeve's room here for our Gen 1, she still has like a very like same room to what she had before. I did sell the like shelves that she had above her bed originally, which I am a little bit sad about because I did really like them, but maybe we'll decorate her room for her in the next episode or two. I am honestly, like, I've already recorded the next episode, but I'm like so ready to record again that I am very likely going to record more Legacy before I record more Minecraft. I don't really know. I'm kind of in a Legacy era right now where I'm like really excited about the shift in getting into Gen 2. So I kind of just wanted to maybe give us a little bit of time to like really heavily focus on getting into Gen 2 a little bit more. And then getting started back up with Minecraft, maybe only skipping like just the one episode. But I don't know. There for a little while back in the day, I would do like 2 episodes of something and then 1 of something if I was really enjoying it, because I would just give myself like that 1 extra episode. So maybe that's what we do right now, because I'm kind of feeling it. But yeah, this little corner like hallway space, I end up making it kind of just like a teenage hangout space, because it was honestly just kind of like a big hallway that I didn't really know what else to do with. So this whole 3rd floor is really just recreational space. We have his like secret library over to the left, and then his secret writing room, secret office, if you will. So I'm not gonna lock the library from anyone, but I may lock the office to where like only Mantis can get up there. There are quite a few other computers on the lot, so I'm not really sure, but that's kind of the vibe that I had in mind. So slowly but surely it's coming together. I've honestly already done this voiceover once. I know I mentioned that earlier, but at this point I feel like I'm definitely saying some of the same things, and I'm starting to confuse myself. But yeah, with school being back in session IRL for my daughter, it's been kind of nice to just get back to the kind of regular routine. Okay, I'm so sorry. I was truly fighting off a yawn right there, and I just could not fight it off anymore. But yeah, so the little writing space is coming together for him, and I think we are maybe about to start building his library business. Yes, that's what we're doing here. Okay, sweet. Because I'm really excited to kind of get back through the end here and for you guys to see this come together. So what we have is a starting point, I guess you could say. Because we end up having like one main kind of like book room in the center. We put a little office for him. I do end up putting a couple of small bathrooms as well on the back side of the building. And then there's kind of like a computer / quiet room off to the side. The front area that I'm putting the roof on, oh, I guess that was the back area actually. Okay, so, well, the front area ends up having like kind of just like an entryway vibe, but also a couple of rocking chairs. So there's a few different corners that you can like read in or write in or do whatever. Now, do we have this business be like anything else? Like, I guess in my head, there's always the opportunity for us to like extend upon it. Upon? Yeah. Upon. So basically, like, it's only a library / study hall right now. So it's like just this tiny little area where we're gonna have like just some books, some desk, one computer for the public, and that's it. So I guess my question is, do we add a basement? Do we put like a little, like, I don't know, do we do like yoga classes? Maybe we put like a little bit of an arcade down there. Like, I don't really know. I guess I'm open to suggestions when it comes to that area of like extending this business, because otherwise we're really just going to have a business for like a library and study hall. That's all it's going to be. And I think that is kind of a chill vibe, because I think it would be kind of fun for like Mantis to write books and then just like, can we make a copy of the book to where we put a copy on our shelf and we have it at our store, and then otherwise we like send it off for publishing, like the original copy or whatever? I'm not really sure if you can do that. Like with paintings, I know you can make a copy, and then so you can like keep a personal copy of whatever you just did if you're like proud of it or you like it, but then you can also sell it. So it's like you're breaking even at that point maybe, but I don't know. It's kind of the vibe. So at this point, it is coming together a little bit more. We've got some fun wallpapers in here, which I don't remember if I've touched on this time recording around or not, but I didn't really do like fun wallpapers for the kids' bedrooms upstairs, which I don't think I've talked about it because we're still going to work on the bedrooms upstairs if I'm not mistaken. Unless we already did the toddler room, because this is where I'm at. I don't remember what we've done right now and what we haven't. But effectively, I feel like later down the road, as we actually get into having Generation 3, like Mantis's children, because I want him to have like 2 or 3 kids. We don't have to have like a big family, but I kind of like having like 2 or 3. We had 2 natural children, and then we had our stepson Ridge in the first generation, or I guess they were second gen kids. But I think it's kind of fun to have like more than one, because then you have some aunts or uncles running around. So plus, if I'm sticking with the masculine and feminine bouncing back and forth between them, then we would be doing a feminine sim next, and we would kind of be getting into that point of like trying to find out who the next heir is going to be. I don't know. Like, it would be the firstborn feminine sim typically, but I'm not really sure. Like, you don't always get lucky and have the like sim that you're trying to have the first go around. So we'll see. We shall see. But we are working on Willow's room right now, which Willow, for her lore, she is our sister to Mantis. But she was like a surprise baby after Mantis was like about to age up or had just aged up into a teenager. Risky Woohoo struck our household, and Maeve got pregnant with a 3rd kid. So that's where Willow has come in. Sweet, sweet Willow. She's honestly really like, she's been an easy kid to have around. But I just did not expect to have her, because I knew Mantis was going to be our heir. So yeah, here we are decorating her room. I ended up using the Life and Death like furniture for her, and I really like it. I like the kind of like periwinkle color that it is. It technically doesn't match her bed like very well, because it's more of like a blue, but I kind of like it overall. I think I'm just going to leave it, because I think the vibe came together well. It's very like blue and purple in her room with some touches of pink. And she does kind of give me like girly vibes, so I think that it kind of goes with her personality. But yeah, I leave the 3rd bedroom empty on this floor. So the 2nd bedroom that we decorate is the toddler bedroom. And honestly, I'm sorry in advance, because the toddler bedroom, as I decorate it, it's very like bland. It's not like there's no personality to it right now. So as we actually get into a point of using that space, I promise to make it a little bit better. Because by the end of this like speed build, I was at 10,000 simoleons, and whether I was going to be selling like the vet clinic or not, I hadn't really decided that yet, and I definitely like don't have the money from that at this time. So we are just kind of focused on using what money we had on our home lot to begin with to renovate the lot into like a Mantis core house. So I think that it's come together really good in the end. It definitely like reflects Mantis to me in some ways. Just that like reclusive bug that's apparently a writer, a bug's life, if you will. But yeah, so we're working on the toddler space now, and again, I do think that it's like kind of lacking, because as we're decorating it, I don't even think I put a rug down, which is like so sad. Why would I not have done that? Maybe I do towards the end. I can't really remember. I don't think I do. So we have room to improve on our toddler space for sure. But yeah, so the little infant space, like newborn space being right next to the master bedroom is something that I really like to do. Like instead of a closet, instead of anything else, I'm just going to make sure that they have space to like expand their family. And yeah, I don't know. I think that like the more you clutter up your lots, the heavier it is, like, or harder it is for your game to run, especially as you get like generations in and you start acquiring like more and more bugs on your lot. So I was really trying not to like over clutter it, while also obviously we have like a lot of like landscaping and stuff, so all those are individual items, and I know that like landscaping is probably a little easier for them to run, aside from like bigger things, or like counters I guess are kind of hard for your PC to run. There's certain things that I've like heard are hard to run, but I don't actually know much about that. So, but here is where I'm kind of deciding that I'm going to split this space, and I'm so happy I did that, because in the end, I think that it really helps it. Also, here's the all black. I promised you guys the all black happens. I think that the staircase is still white. I honestly think that I removed that ladder at some point. But I will say that like, I've recorded an episode after doing this speed build, so there's already an episode that's recorded. I'll probably have that out to you guys in the next few days, hopefully. I'm really trying to like gear up and get focused again a little more since summer is over. Summer was just so busy. But oh my god, I forgot where I was going with that ADHD. But just back to this house, back to what we're doing. So, I'm happy to have like sectioned it like this, because I think that it just makes it a little easier. Yeah, no, I really cannot remember what I was saying. I know I was saying something about the next part. Oh, I made some changes in the next part. That's what I was trying to say, is that with playing in the house, I noticed a few things that I did that were like kind of weird. So yeah, I did take away the ladder, and we're like covering that patio instead. And I do think that makes more sense. So I like that. It makes it to where like yoga is covered and or taking pictures, because I put a little camera moment here so we could take some like legacy pictures here and there. But yeah, I think that the space is just better utilized whenever you like kind of split it up like that sometimes. And I was really happy to keep the like disco ball, like dance space, the disco room, if you will, active in our life, because it was just, I don't know, it was always kind of like a monument for a minute. I just always had this like random disco ball room, in Maeve's house. So we now have the disco ball room is still a part of the story, if you will. So now we're landscaping. I kind of warned you guys that like towards the end we do kind of start bouncing around here and there, because obviously I'm like trying to do the finishing touches. So we're just like adding this, we're adding that, we're making sure everything is in its home. But I do think that it's come together really well. I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys are liking it. I hope you guys like see the vision. I think I fixed the rock pathway off camera. So if I did not fix that rock pathway off camera already, I promise you I will before we take screenshots. But yeah, that's another thing, is that at the end here, we'll just do a screenshot kind of slideshow instead of a tour, because the tours take me way too long, just because for whatever reason, I'm like, let's look at every corner. from every angle. Oh my gosh. Because I'm just, whatever. I can't be stopped. But this little sunken little eating space comes together, and I think that it's like a nice little space to have for the family, because the patio was kind of small, and we weren't going to do a pool or anything. So I thought this was like a good compromise to add like a little extra character, a little extra hominess, if you will. But yeah, so keep a lookout for the next legacy part coming up. I don't want to spoil anything, but there is definitely like just a lot of development that happens in such a short amount of time on Mantis's end. So we definitely make some like progress in this next episode when it comes to moving into like the next chapter, if you will. Really exciting, really excited to get back in. I may go ahead and record another part because I am so excited to just like have it in that state, in like the Gen 2 focus. I'm really excited to be at that point. So yeah, I might end up recording pretty quickly like this weekend, and then I would have another part to edit for you guys. So I may not have another Minecraft part up for like a couple more weeks, as I might focus on Legacy just a little bit, because I am very much focused on Legacy right now. But yeah, we're kind of bringing around this patio. I think it's probably one of the last spaces that we need to bring together. I added like another little area for painting out here. And then the telescope got brought out here. And then there's like a table and chairs that I put in the middle, but that's about it. It's really just kind of like an open rec space where maybe we could bring, projects from school, stuff like that. There is like this extra little yoga spot, because I personally enjoy yoga, and I always envision me having like a nice designated area for my yoga in my house. I do not have that right now in my tiny little apartment. I just kind of do yoga in my living room or dining room space, and that's really all I can manage, because my bedroom is tight. I got a king-size bedroom in my apartment, so king-size bedroom, king-size bed, there we go. But yeah, keep a lookout for the next part, and then yeah, I do think that we'll take a break from Minecraft for just a minute. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Drop name suggestions if you have them, as well as the suggestions on if we need to grow the business idea at all. But yeah, definitely name suggestions, because we're going to be moving into this like new era where do we try and keep names for our heirs? And if we do that, do we do things like do we name one like Mavis? That's a little close to Maeve. I'm not really sure about doing that. There's only so many names, but I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to pass you guys off to the slideshow, and yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Bye. Hi. Okay, so I'm going to do like a little insert here. I don't know where, probably at the end right before screenshots. So I said bye, but hi, because here's the deal. I downloaded a pack, and I downloaded Enchanted by Nature, okay? I haven't looked at it yet. I've seen like some of the content people have been posting. I did not want to download it because of the ailments situation. But also you can see that I've like decorated the front of the house a little bit better as far as like stuff going on. I don't want to go in the house because there is some stuff that would be spoilers for the next episode. So we're not going to do that together. But what I wanted to do was look at everything, kind of, not really, because I really want to implement the early reward item that like pond item. It's probably in, yeah, here we go. Okay. So I think like over here I wanted, ooh, there's kind of like a little spot back. No, not really. That's just bush. That's just bush. That's funny. Why is that funny? It just is. I like you. Okay, I kind of think, sorry, I know the house is making the camera be weird, but I really don't want to like take the house down. There's a lot of swatches. Wow. What if I just want like a green one? You know, that one's kind of a vibe. I kind of like the dark on it. What about this one? It's like light rocks. It kind of matches better, maybe. All right, I'm gonna place it, and then we might look at the swatches. I think like right there. I think the other stuff would be like in the lighting, right? This little babe is pretty cute. What is this? Mushroom staircase light? I need it to be nighttime. Oh my god. Like, I'm in my robe, okay? I have mascara under my eyes. We're just doing this for the plot. We're just doing it. Okay, there's mushrooms over here, so I think that I'm gonna like... I'm just gonna put it right there. It's probably clipping with that plant on the backside, but I don't really care. Dude, tell me why this, like, over... Oh, it... Wait. Okay, I mean, it wants to work, like, in this region, but not over the actual area itself. I mean, that, like, right over... I'm trying to get the shot. That just, like, floating out here. I mean, hear me out. I kind of think I'm onto something here. Because in live mode, it floats a little bit. Yeah, no, I do be thinking that that is the vibe right there. It's so cute. Okay, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of stuff on camera right now because this like little acorn light, what do you look like? Could just use the acorns for light outside, you know? God, they're so cute. Okay, I mean, honestly, because somehow that is the vibe of this house. I kind of liked that evening light better. Okay, my daughter's awake. And she's out, and she's doing the thing. She's been doing that the entire time I did the voiceover, but I don't love for her to hang out while I'm recording on camera. But yeah, so... Can we pause this? I don't want to get copyright stricken. I think that that is really about it. I'm not going to, like, implement a whole bunch of stuff from the pack right now. I don't really want to spoil anything else for myself. I just knew that, like, some of the outside, like, decor I for sure would want to use. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take screenshots. I'm going to pop off here. That's why I came into the game. But I had been staring at the option to purchase the pack for a minute. So I did it. And I got the early bonus content just in the nick of time. It's like August 23rd right now or something like that. I'm hoping to have this video out to you guys today. But yeah, away with me and back to the screenshots.